Got ourselves Dino Nuggets over for the team 1. Facile in the back. We got Grifka as well as the other rogue of Shadow holding the fort together with Holy Saya. Dino getting hit immediately with the freezing trap. It's crazy. Trying to see if he can find himself a better angle. Going to be immediate defenses out of Dino. Is that a wall on top of it? I'm seeing a wall and shield of vengeance. The most paladins just combine the two together. Big damage on crazy. Oh! Did not get a chance. Did not stand a chance. The paladin just popped Crusade. That's literally it. And Andrew was like, why would I even play Paladin? Probably because of that. Gonna be Dino Nuggets versus Tavi. One uses Blessing of Sanctify as Dino trying to see if he can prevent any kind of stunts ahead of time. Blind on Tavi, as the man is also playing Crusade, but Tavi is gonna have the longer Crusade that should last long enough. Trying to see if he can ramp up versus Dino. Dino just trying to avoid it as best as possible. Stun reactor, no outs for this one. Once it's human racial, Tavi going in for mad damage. Dino may need whatever defenses he's got. Stun on Tavi, very, very defensive. Stun Tavi with a human racial. Doesn't give it up the one way out for him to break out of stuns outside of immunities. So that actually may give Dino an opportunity here, because now he has more outs than Tavi as long as he can stabilize. Shield of Vengeance should definitely help out with that quite a bit. Minutes into the duel, and Dino trying to see if he can fight through Tavi. Actually forcing out a Shield of Vengeance out of him together with the wall, living past Tavi's Shield of Vengeance. Maybe a bubble right here. Right now, Dino is definitely ahead when it comes to defensives. May just want to use something right now. May just... Wait a second. Did you like hand of... No, you didn't land hands, you didn't blessing protection. I think it was just maybe trying to use a global for something else. Maybe did not expect to get hit that hard there. I'm feeding. Oh no, you're good, my guy, you're good. Everybody makes mistakes like that, honestly. Honestly. Holy Saya, oh, just doesn't give Tavi an opportunity. While Forbearance is up, let's lock him down, take him down. My goodness. Calvin finally gets a chance to play, not at the very back of the line, like as a, what, third person of the group? Yeah, third person of the group, actually. Alright, we'll see how he does versus Holy Sight as well against these rogues and maybe Facile. I haven't seen Calvin and Facile play together that much. Bonzo fell immediately. This Holy Sight breaks it instantly. Got all the cannonball chasing after him out of these portals as Calvin drops down Infernal to stun him down. Hodgepole does have a chicken Mortical after as Holy Sight goes in for a Wake of Ashes. Back-to-back cannonballs to follow the Holy Sight. Does go for the bubble. Try to go for an interrupt onto Calvin. Doesn't quite connect. Is going to go for the bubble regenerating just to get himself full recovery. Calvin trying to see if he can maximize the range. Fear into Holy Saya, does shrink it out of it. Calvin trying to see if he can go for a fear, doesn't. Luke sees, actually, he was trying to see if he could juke out Holy Saya, but it was like, wait, he doesn't even have a rebuke. Why am I trying to juke him? Crusade Wings ramping up in quite a bit of damage. Going to be Sakami C pulling him out in the open. As Calvin loading up yet another bolt into a Bonzo Fell. Maybe enough damage right now. Fear to follow. Does he break the Bonzo Fell? And barely he does it, a break it at the end. I'm surprised that the Bonzo Fell explodes, but the fear doesn't fade, which is kind of nuts, honestly. Holy had no help whatsoever. That's going to be Calvin. Incinerates right after. He's got nothing left. Blessing of protection. Was that just a late incinerate flying into the end? Is that what that was? Because it looks like Bob Blessing of Protection went for a heal, died anyway. What was that? Facile gonna be up next as a Warlock v Warlock. Gonna be immediate succubus. You see, Trinkets out of this one has the access for Calvin in case he wants to. As the pet goes in for big damage off the bat. That's gonna be a big observer holding the fort on that side. That's gonna be a Tyrant joining in. Lots of pets available for Facile. Try to go for stun around the corner. That's gonna be his main pet getting feared out into Guam. As it's gonna be Incinerates out for Calvin. Stun around the corner, but Mortal Calls Facile pushes in. Calvin's kind of out in the open. Can't really do much. You gotta find a way to stop these pets from attacking him. He also needs to make sure he doesn't get too close to the observer, and Facile just able to just get so much raw damage onto Calvin while he's behind the pillar, while he's CC'd. Calvin with a wall, trying to see if he can turn up the heat a little bit. Has himself a Mortal Call. He may just need to use a Mortal Call. Cannonballs flying into the pets. Might just want to either take down a Felguard from Facile. Looks like he is going to take down Felguard from Facile as he's hit by Succubus. CC. Definitely needs to summon a new pet if his pet is already down. Calvin trying to see if he can chase after him. Is that going to be maybe instant cast interrupt? Mortal, oh, does Facile have a freshly summoned that he can do? One bolt, second bolt, into Drain Life. Facile trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset. The Succubus could prevent you from being able to summon a new pet. Unless you fear it, maybe? Oh, it does catch him with the Drain Life for Calvin as he catches one of the little imps on the side just to catch up a little bit of health. Fear to fall into Facile does have a wall. But Calvin does not have an interrupt. Not that he can really use, no interrupts in order to stop him whatsoever. Oh, he's got his fears, Mordecai's, as well as the trusty succubus that just pressure him facile. I guess the man does not have a way to instantly summon up a Felguard. Actually, might be behind at that point. Nothing he can really do unless he can disengage away from succubus and the warlock, trying to see if he can go max distance. Actually, oh, puts himself kind of picked by a little bit out in the open. The Worgen stand tall, so if you're a little bit up on the ramp, you're a little bit too tall, you do get seen. Gonna be a shadowy duel by Shadow Prank. Wait, is that maybe his name? That's why he gets it. He just throws the dude in the shadows. It is a prank of John. Bonzo fell. Shadow Prank does he go for a cloak? He does go for a cloak really early on, so for Calvin, if he can somehow escape this and survive this, unless the rogue ends up going burning a bunch of vanishes back to back in order to cut back on that cloak of shadows, Calvin has an opportunity to potential win here. As long as his succubus isn't stealth, he can always stop rogues go. He can actually even prevent rogue from attacking him, trying to go for a port, doesn't a port in rogue away, keeping him at bay. The shadow does not go for a kidney shot. That would have been perfect for Calvin if there was a kidney shot on that port, but the succubus is right next to shadow right now. He could kidney shot the succubus, run over shadow step, cheap shot Calvin, or the other way around, cheap shot succubus. Is going to open up with a kidney shot. It's shadowy duel right after. Calvin has to pop every single defensive. Shadowy duel does try to see if he can pierce his defenses, but he's actually pretty sturdy right now. Big Infernal dropping in. Does have a trigger for this one. Sun right after. Maybe a succubus here to follow. Bonza fell. He's going to end up breaking it. Wait, actually catching a re-stealth. He does end up kind of walking past it. I think it was a proper vanish. Not a shadow, meld or anything. Unless I'm wrong on that one. Ports are up right now for Calvin. Maybe it'll be enough here. That's going to be Infernal. With Succubus, you see, as well as the portal, just stripping past the Rogue's soul. As it was a full kidney shot, just absolutely prevented his whole go. Cheat death right now. Oh, not even cheat death. Did he proc it earlier? There it is. Drifka going to be last one left versus Calvin, but this is Miko and Sheen left over for that team too. Is this where Calvin brings it home for his team, or is this where Miko and Shield? Sheen and Miko, you guys may just have to be on standby. If Calvin goes, you guys need to get in there. Unless you think you can give a rogue an easy out, let him catch a reset, and you think you can win, you better get in there running as soon as possible. Calvin doesn't have poison everything to stop the rogue's whole opener. Shadow Blade, Shadowy Duel, everything. While you're Shadowy Dueled, your Succubus can't quite help you out immediately. Shadow melted the Mortical. What is this? Into potentially trinket off of the Succubus. You see Cloaker Shadows to prevent the Succubus from doing anything. Going to be Calvin trying to see if he can pour Grifka out of the way. He is going to try to see if he can reconnect with a Shadow Step. Maybe Succubus is on this point. Portal for Portal. This is going to be a Shadow Step by the Rogue. Does he have an intro for the Succubus? He may potentially use it. Calvin trying to see if he can find himself a better angle versus the Rogue, unless he can get a proper stun or some kind of good long-term CC on the Rogue. There really isn't much he can do right now. He needs himself recovery. Mordecai not back up for like 15 seconds. Get a shot onto that bed. Try to see if he can avoid the Rogue. It's going to be cheap shot right after. I don't think there's anything that can really stop Grifka right now. Succubus CC last second, but the Shadowy Duel, once the one part of it is going, all of it is going. And it's just done. Sheen trying to see if he can find a better angle versus Grifka. Doesn't quite catch the Shadow Crash on him. That's a rough one, man. Fear out of Sheen is going to be tricking by Grifka. Does have a cloak shadow skins. Wilson does end up getting an interrupt onto Sheen. Got himself full PI and everything, but can't you really do anything off of this PI? Blind as soon as a disperse comes out. Sheen wanted to go aggressive, decided, you know what, I'm taking way too much damage. Better play defensive here. Sap immediately by Grifka, establishing the ultimate control. Has himself a cloak, has himself a vanish, has himself evasion, shadow blades, everything. So you could probably have himself a big go. Sheen just absolutely getting blasted out by Shadow Strikes and Eviscerates. Nothing you can do in this situation. This way it's going to be up for Miko to hopefully dot up the Rogue, drain him. If he can get a Cloak of Shadows out of the Rogue, he is going to be in a much, much better spot. Immediate Shadowy Duel. Grifka does not realize that Miko does not run with a Succubus. So this does nothing for him, except it just basically gives him like a much, much more expensive Shadow Dance in a way. Dark Pact is in. Secret Technique just burns right through you. There's literally nothing you can do. Unless you have a trinket, nothing you can do. That is unfortunate. Oh no, Grifka doesn't make it a pretty big return for his team. His team is probably pretty happy, but man, it just comes down to high enough dampening.